very good afternoon from the Hale Hockey Club, where we're about to witness round 6 of the Hockey WA Premier Grade, as Hale is currently sitting in second place, take on Westside Wolves. But first of all, some messages from our sponsors, the Bunting Group and the Varsity Bar. Well, we'll now turn our attention to the team lineups and the players to look out for. And first up, we will look at Westside Wolves and the players to look out for there. Simon Benetti, their captain, is the leading goal scorer for them at the moment. He has 3 goals and will be looking to add to that tally today. Daniel Beale, their Hockey Australia international, is going to be looking to go head-to-head with Josh Belts in the midfield. But of course, unfortunately, Josh Simmons has had to withdraw with an injury just before the start of the game. But look out also for Tom Keating wearing number 31 and Alistair Murray wearing number 5. Turning attention to Hale, and their import Fred Gray is one to look out for wearing number 8. Josh Belts, as I mentioned, the captain of Hale, wearing number 10. Liam Flint, well, he's the leading goal scorer in the competition. Nothing new in that news, but he'll be looking to continue his run of form. And he has a new partner up front in Jack Faulkner, who looked lively against Old Guildford last week, and he'll be looking to, again, add to his tally, having scored in that 4-4 draw up at Guildford Grammar School. I'm Ashley Morrison, looking forward to sharing the action with you today in what should be an absolute cracker of a match. Wolves sitting 5th, Hale sitting 2nd, both having played 5 matches. And there is only 1 point between the two teams, so it is very, very close. Victoria Park have 10 points, YMCC have 11. So it is very close at the top of the table. Only Melville at the top have won all 5 of their games so far this season. So just waiting to get things underway. Pleased to say the rain has stopped. And it is Westside Wolves who push back and get us underway. Tom Harvey throws it long. Blake Wallace brings it down immediately. Josh Belts gets a touch. Goes wide to Joe Welsh, and a deflection over the side off Benetti. Joe Welsh plays it, looking for the run of Flynn. Going out over the side, just inside the 23 metres. And that's going to go out just on halfway. Belts quick to come across and take that for Hale. Goes back to Braden King. Good work in the midfield that time from Josh Bowen. Bit of an unsung hero, Josh Bowen. Mr. Consistent, in my opinion. Flynn trying to put on pressure. Bias gets the free hit for Westside Wolves. Thrown to the air. Benetti on the reverse stick, though, couldn't get that one down. Braden King to Wallace again. Down the line it goes. Wolves ball. Brought down by Jake Harvey. All the way back. Alistair Murray. Good pass from him, continues his run, gets the return pass. Murray inside the circle, went for the reverse stick. Brave challenge coming in. And a mistrap there from Welsh, sees the ball go over the side. James Benetti feeds it forward. Daniel Beale. Beale, great run across the pitch. Free hit goes the way of Wolves. Beale again over the ball, looking for options. Tom Harvey. Good movement. There's a good run coming from Wolves as Harvey again gets the ball. Charlesworth doing the good work. Drilled into the circle, across it goes. Keating was there, but it had too much pace and he was going to have to slide in and hope he could get a touch on that to open the scoring. King self passes, took a deflection that time off the stick of Beale, and it's Wolves again. King recovers at the top of the circle for Hale, and just too much on that for Jack Pearce to keep it in play. Tom Harvey. Closed down by Sam Ashton. Goes wide. Murray helps it forward again. Belts read it well though. Braden King stayed forward. He's put under pressure. Well, that was a clear foul that time by Will Byers. Took the man, not the ball. Fred Gray. Welsh feeds it to Hayden Belts. Hayden Belts falling, got it inside the circle, and a penalty corner awarded for the push from the Wolves player. So the first penalty corner of the match going the way of Hale. It's fair to say last week they were on the hiding from penalty corners. Chris Sorello firing in 4 in their 4-all draw. Hale winning just 3 penalty corners in that match as Josh Belts makes his way to the baseline. Liam Flynn and Joe Welsh wait at the top of the circle. Flynn at the first battery, Welsh at the second. It goes to Flynn. Flynn gets low, flicks, and it took a deflection, but it's gone in, and Liam Flynn gets another goal, and Hale get the lead in this match in the first quarter, just in the 6th minute. And Liam Flynn and the Hale supporters will be happy about that. Flynn with his 10th goal of the season in this, the 6th match of the season. So Wolves are going to have to come from behind. One stat that Hale fans won't like is that they lost both the games to Wolves in 2021. So they'll want to right that record in 2022. Off to the perfect start so far. Thrown to the air. Fred Gray. Gray again. There's a bit of movement happening. Gray and Jorgensen trying to offer options. Beale now looks to close down King. King goes with a diagonal passage. Flynn tries to help on, and he did, but Ashton a little bit flat-footed. And I think even if Ashton had been moving forward, it was going to be a long way ahead of him. Bit of obstruction that time from Ashton. James Benetti. Strong challenge on Armand Bryant. Bryant plays it down the line. Stolen away. It's a good tackle from Krobela. Pass gets through to Josh Bowen. And good work by Jorgensen. Jorgensen feeds it forward now. There's a good bit of work from Jack Pearce. Pearce trying to drive along the baseline, but it's penalised. Jake Harvey wants to get on with things quickly. Pat Baster, who come in for Josh Simmons. Interesting, we just mentioned Ian Krobela. Wolves again go on the attack. Good work inside the circle. Good defensive play from Braden King. So 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Hale leading by 1-0. Jorgensen goes to Welsh. Belt's happy to sit in that defensive pocket. Wallace is pushed up on the flank. Welsh looks to find him. Wallace receives well. Feeds it into the circle. That was great defending coming out from James Benetti. Had to be. Beale now. Another mazy run from him. Wallace got a touch. Zach Bodglio leaves it for Brian. Tom Harvey goes to the air. Brought down well. That was good from James Benetti. Good work now from Pat Andrew. But in the end, the free hit goes to Hale. Joe Welsh just saying he'll take it. And Jorgensen, I don't think he was blind. Well, I think he was blindsided there. Just did not see the run coming. Harvey. And Flynn coming back and helping out. Slips though. Possession now going back to Wolves. Jake Harvey goes back to his brother Tom. James Benetti decides to carry it forward himself. Bodglio gets the free hit just inside Hale's half. As we just click past the final 5 minutes of this first quarter. Harvey again looking to close down his Faulkner. And that was a sharp ball. Higgins cleared it momentarily. And it's going to be a 16. Ollie Higgins having to be alert there to what was happening. It's a mistrap on the far side, means that Wolves get the chance to go on the attack again. To the baseline, good pass to Simon Benetti. Good tackle though, long corner given. So the pressure still on Hale as Wolves look to try and get back on level terms before the first break. Jake Harvey, ball spinning away. Faulkner, good work by him, managing to find Fred Gray. Gray holds up on the 23. Good work from Keating, one hand on the stick. Feeding it forward again to Pat Baster. Murray. Strong in the challenge, Keating, and he wins the free hit, turns and looks to play on quickly. Hayden Belts just breaking up that attack. 3 minutes left now in the first quarter. Tom Harvey short pass finding Will Bias, but it's a good break out of defence now from Josh Belts. Herring through the middle is Faulkner. In fact, it's not Faulkner, my apologies, it's Jack Pearce. Wallace manages to pick out Ashton in space. That was a great pass. Top of the circle, manages to find Flynn. Flynn shoots, it's gone past the post. So another brisk attack coming from Hale. Jack Pearce ready to pounce. Had that been saved and the ball just dropping in front of the keeper. Murray, who had a lot of hamstring issues last year, it's great to see him out there again, fully fit. Final 2 minutes now of the first quarter. Hale 1, Wolves 0. Pat Andrew working hard in the forward line for Wolves. Wallace happy to go back to Belts. Wallace again just having to adjust. Gray, good pass finding Krobler. Krobler got away from 2 players then, did very well in a tight space. Ashton, turn finding Gray again. Pressure from Wolves, but Hale keeping possession well as we click over into the final minute of this first quarter. Goes to Pearce. Pearce losing out, but one back again. Appeals from Wolves players. Murray comes back to steal it back for Wolves, and they get a chance to now counter-attack of their own. Comes out wide to Simon Benetti. Benetti goes back, short pass that time to Boglio. Murray. Charlesworth, good pass infield to Murray again. Charlesworth came looking to pick up the ball off Murray. Murray decided to keep hold of it. Harvey, did he glance at the clock then? I think he did. Goes with the diagonal aerial pass. And the decision goes in favour of the defender. And that is going to be the final play of the first quarter. It's been lively, it's been fast, and it is Hale who've taken the lead courtesy of a Liam Flynn goal from a penalty corner. So as we go into the first break, it's Hale 1, Westside Wolves 0. Well, the huddle's just breaking up. Hale still in their huddle, just talking about what's going to happen in the second quarter. Just like to once again acknowledge our sponsors, Danks Furniture. Varsity Bar coming soon to Innaloo, opening at the old Sizzler site next to the cinemas in Innaloo. and the Bunting Group. From remote mine sites to residential homes, the Bunting Group delivers quality assured and cost-effective building or maintenance services to meet your needs. So if you've got any building needs, please contact the Bunting Group. Just look them up on their website. Second quarter about to get underway. And Wolves get us underway, play the ball back. Good work again by Daniel Beale. Beale feeds it to Keating. Keating into the circle. Keating fires it across the circle. Good defensive play from Welsh. And eventually Hale managed to get it clear. Flynn collects for Hale. Faced with James Bonetti. And the free hit goes the way of Wolves. Bonetti leaves it to Tom Harvey. Happy to go back to Murray. Jake Harvey. Jake Harvey just lifting the ball past his opponent, creating some space. Tom Harvey being put under pressure by Lewis. Has to go back to Murray. Harvey now able to just carry it forward. Square to Murray again. Pressure from Welsh on Beale, but Beale gets the ball, spins away. Welsh gives chase but loses out. Harvey now for Wolves as they burst forward. Into the circle goes Harvey, across the face of goal and on the spot to finish. A wonderful finish from Simon Bonetti means that it is now 1-1. The perfect response from Wolves within the first 2 minutes of the second quarter. And Simon Bonetti was right on the spot, but it was a good run. Origin from Jake Harvey, but good build-up from Daniel Beale as well. So, one apiece. This was always going to be a close match. Although in the last 9 meetings, we've only had 1 draw. That was back in July 2018. Faulkner got away from Murray. Across the circle it goes. It's going to break kindly. And it is the Lewis on the spot this time. Or is it not being given? No. Excitement comes to naught for the Hale fans. But Wolves will be aware now. And the aerial pass. Too long that time. Stolen away by Keating. Slips it inside to Bonetti. Good tackle from Welsh, top of the circle. And now Hale get the chance to go on a counter-attack of their own. Calling for the ball was Josh Bowen. Bowen receives it. And that was lifted up off Harvey's stick. Flynn gets it under control. Laid it back to Welsh, but it just had too much pace on it. Kept in play well by Hayden Belts. And Harvey and Flynn just having a discussion there as to whether it should have been a penalty corner or not, I think. Advantage given to the attacker. King goes infield to Bowen. Bowen loses out to Keating, just took his eye off the ball. Welsh again doing well to win it back, but determination once more. Sees Daniel Beale get it back for Wolves. And Wallace got the decision there, which I must admit was a little bit mystifying. Jack Pearce under pressure from Murray. Murray stole it. Found Bias. Bias back to Murray. Murray, lovely pass to Keating on halfway. Keating looking what's available as he runs forward. Feeds it to Beale. Good tackle again from Welsh. It's Wolves' ball just outside the circle. Keating again. Spins. Took a deflection. It'll be a long corner to Wolves as we click into the final 10 minutes of this first half. 5 minutes gone in the second quarter. Comes wide. Bryan goes back to Will Bias. Jake Harvey now fires it forward. Welsh comes forward again, and that time the decision goes the way of Hale. Jorgensen just losing out in the midfield. Hale get it back though. Good work from Gray. Fred Gray, who hails from South Australia. Started his hockey age 4. And Beale penalised this time. Belts. Gets it back from King. Krobolar is wide. It's just caught his foot there. Belts now. Josh Belts. And you could see that was aimed for Jack Pearce, but just a little bit too much pace. Just the rain just before this game adding a little bit of zip to the pitch. Harvey somehow brought that down. And that was good play. Welsh now. Braden King doing really well. And Belts penalised. Wolves want to get on with it quickly. Harvey told to go outside the 23. Oh, no, he's inside the 23. Down the line now for Jake Harvey. He'll play it first time into the circle. Plenty of pace on that one. Squared across. Bias couldn't get there. Faulkner cleans up at the back for Hale. Looks to get the pass as they play out now. Kept in play. Sam Ashton. Faulkner's made a run forward. Jorgensen offering an option too. Krobolar throws it out to the far side. Gray, faced with Bias, just got a little bit of space, pulled away, fed it to Welsh. Welsh had to stretch there, it's gone past him, will go all the way through to Ollie Higgins. Good pass using the kicker. Jorgensen does well, draws the foul, and the complaints from Tom Keating. Wallace. Welsh goes to the air this time. It's a good lead. Trying to break inside the circle, but good defence again from Wolves. Josh Bowen calms things down for Hale. Deflection is off the stick of Charlesworth, so it'll be a Hale ball. Hayden Belt's calling for it to get on with things quickly. Two defenders coming across really quickly to close him down, Jake Harvey and Tom Harvey. Intercepted by Keating. Pat Andrew down the side. Rippey. Just slipping there was Bodglio. Gets the free hit though. Lewis tries to intercept the pass, managing to get all the way through. Turning in the middle was Charlesworth. Charlesworth takes it quickly, but the movement just happened as he played the pass. Grobbelaar. And desperate to get on the end of that. Real determination, but too much pace again. Faulkner doing well. That's picked up well by Hale. Little mistake at the back from Murray into the circle. Went Flynn, but he was dispossessed. Good tackle, Tom Harvey. Just over 3 minutes left in the first half. Hale still, well, all tied up now. One apiece. Falls for Flynn across the face of goal. Is it going? Well, if not, that was a brilliant save, and it's caught a player, I think. Right, umpires are going to consult, or was it a... I thought a penalty stroke had been awarded. And it is indeed a penalty stroke has been awarded. No complaints from the Wolves players. So Liam Flynn will step forward. George McGeoch at the moment just adjusting his pads. I'm sure that's not gamesmanship, he's just after scrambling to make that save. So Flynn looking to get his 11th goal of the season. McGeoch picks up his stick, makes his way back to his goal. Liam Flynn to give Hale the lead. He does it. Sends the keeper the wrong way. And it is now Hale 2, Wolves 1. Flynn with both goals. So Wolves have to come from behind again. Wolves who've only lost one so far this season. That was against Melville, the reigning premiers at the moment. Hale yet to lose. They've had 3 wins and 2 draws. Harvey bursting forward again. Hayden Belt stopped that time. Simon Benetti though in a good position. Faced with King. I thought that took a deflection off the foot. It did indeed as we're coming back now. Umpire just waiting to see if there was an advantage for Wolves. Beale to Keating. Keating trying to find the foot that time as well. Managed to do so. It was Josh Bowen's foot. Shot from Murray, top of the circle. Murray still has the ball. It was blocked initially. Penalty corner goes the way of Wolves. Their first of the match. So Rippy, the messenger for the coach, joining the huddle. Ed Welsh, the coach of Westside Wolves this season, 2022. Daniel Beale makes his way to the baseline. Tom Harvey waits at the top of the circle with brother Jake doing the stopping for him. Alongside him is Simon Benetti. So Harvey at the first battery, Benetti at the second. It goes to Benetti. Benetti flicks low. Good save from Higgins. Fired back again, and that was an even better save. Or did it go in? I think it went straight through the goalkeeper. That has indeed been given as a goal. So plenty of pace coming through, and immediately Wolves have got an equaliser. Sharp save initially. So less than a minute after Hale took the lead. And here come Wolves again. Oh, right the way across. Simon Benetti in a good position. Alistair Murray was the player who belted that equaliser. Murray, one of those players who were in the Australian under-21 training camp and of course didn't get the chance to go to the World Cup because Australia pulled out. Now this game you feel is going to go right to the wire. We've got 15 seconds remaining in this first half and we're still all level, 2 apiece. Hale have taken the lead twice. Wolves have come back twice, and that was a nice little late cut there from Oscar Charlesworth. He's a handy cricketer by all accounts. And that is the end of the first half. And Liam Flynn has scored 2 goals for Hale, but they've been pulled back by Simon Benetti and Alistair Murray, meaning that we head into half-time with a scoreline that reads Hale 2, Wolves 2. Well, the players about to make their way out for the second half of this round 6 HWA Premier Grade match between Hale and Wolves, all tied up at 2 apiece as the rain starts to fall again. Now, these two teams in the last 5 years have played each other 9 times and they average 5.3 goals a game. We're almost at that already with 4 in this match. It's going to be a thrilling second half to see who will come out on top and whether Hale can maintain their unbeaten run or unbeaten start to the 2022 season. Wolves have shown great character, coming back twice from going a goal down. And you just wonder what the coaches have said to their players. Des King, the coach of Hale for 2022. Ed Welsh, coach of Wolves. Liam Flynn, who has 2 goals today, which takes his tally against Wolves in the last 5 years to 8. We'll get the second half underway. Just pauses for a second and goes back to Josh Belts. Thought about the long overhead pass and then changed his mind. Belts a good little sway of the hips. Saw him pull away that time from Beale. He would have enjoyed that. Belts again, Beale in close attendance. It's good pressure coming from Wolves. Good work being done by Pat Andrew and Daniel Beale. Andrew gets the ball now, goes past Wallace, but ball ends up with Belts. Good diagonal pass, finds Lewis. Lewis gets the free hit, but there's 4 Wolves players ahead of him. He beats one and gets a deflection to win a long corner for Hale. Matt Lewis, who started his hockey at the Riverside Hockey Club in South Africa at the age of 6 in KwaZulu-Natal. Wallace, good pass through to find Bowen. Bowen was trying to feed it in turn to Lewis again. Bowen takes the free hit. Top of the circle, it's gone into the circle. Determined defending from Murray. Hayden Belts was there. It's gone in. Well, that is the finish has come from Lewis. He's getting the congratulations, and McGeoch, I think, was unsighted. But a wonderful finish from Lewis, who was denied a goal in the first half for an offence that occurred before he put the ball in the back of the net. So Hale once again take the lead. And again, straight after the half-time break. Saw that in the women's game. Exactly the same, straight after the break. Push forward, Gray. Finds Lewis again. Oh, a lovely little slip pass. Belts, though, dispossessed. That was good work being done, coming back by Charlesworth. Jake Harvey now. Murray. Wallace comes out the better of that. Looks for Flynn, and Flynn was going to hope that Faulkner would stay on that line and he could let it run and run into the centre and get the pass from his teammate. But I think Faulkner thought, nah, you can get it and give it to me. Still trying to obviously bed down that relationship up front. Faulkner and Flynn. Good work again into the circle along the baseline, going all the way. Sharp save from Higgins, cleared as far as Wallace. Wallace managed to get it away from Benetti and out of the circle. And Higgins doing well. Squared now to Keating. Welsh going with him, shadowing him all the way. Keating to the baseline. Welsh tumbles. Keating into the circle. Combines well with Charlesworth. Keating into the keeper's pads. Higgins drops to the ground. It's gone in. And it's Keating who's got the final touch, I believe. So once again, Wolves come straight back after conceding. And this time it's Tom Keating who will claim the goal. Good combination play between him and Oscar Charlesworth. Just 2 minutes after conceding this time. So Hale have it all to do again. And we've already surpassed that average for the goals that I was talking about. Good work again by Beale, finds the foot of Flynn. Beale again looking to go into Charlesworth. Flynn though helping out defensively. Hale need to get it out. Grobbelaar goes square. Beale. Oh, sorry, Belts rather, finding his brother Hayden Belts. Murray again, just pickpocketing Hale in the midfield. Bryant. Hayden Belts got a touch, comes now to Liam Flynn. Flynn fires it through the middle. Great pass by him, great vision, brilliant save from McGeoch to deny Jack Pearce. Well, this game don't go anywhere. And Simon Bonetti has actually been credited with the goal, not Keating. So Simon Bonetti has 2 for the match. Into the circle it goes again. It's McGeoch gets a touch. And a very important touch as well. So Simon Bonetti now takes his tally for the season to 5. Beale again. Manages to pull away from Hayden Belts. Faced with Braden King. Decides to go back. Jorgensen. Well, Hale were involved in a 4-all draw last weekend. 3-all here now. And they had a 2-all draw with UWA earlier in the season as well. Lewis looking for the foot of Murray. Murray got his stick there well. Harvey now, Jake Harvey that is. Forced laterally across the pitch. That was good work coming from Sam Ashton. Harvey again, lost it for a second, but that missed trap actually was a great dummy for Ashton. Jake Harvey to brother Tom. Both of them who were coached by their father Russell. Down at Boyanup in the southwest of Western Australia. It's a good pass forward again. Pat Andrew got past one, couldn't get past the second. Belts managing to carry it out. Feeds it to Faulkner. Faulkner looking to play it down the line. Not enough pace on that. Byers sliding, using his body. Surely that was obstruction. And he got away with it. Charlesworth now. And just off the foot of Lewis. Harvey. Jake Harvey being pursued by Flynn. Comes wide now. Good work again from Bodglio. Into the circle it goes. King looking for an option, found Lewis. Lewis has got a good deflection, takes him away from Tom Harvey. Oh, we've gone past the halfway point in this third quarter. That's flown by. It has been end to end. It's trap from Brian, but it'll be Tom Harvey to clean up at the back for Wolves. It's been very difficult for us to acknowledge our sponsors. The Varsity Bar coming soon at the cinemas at Inaloo, and also the Bunting Group. If you've got any building work needing done, contact the Bunting Group, as Flynn has come up with the ball for Hale. Good defence again, Jake Harvey. Was won well in the midfield by Hrobolar. Hrobolar there again, but this time he concedes the free hit. So Charlesworth in the end deciding to leave it behind. Simon Bonetti brings it down. Hrobolar finds it going into his shin pad once more as Wolves win another free hit in a dangerous area. And that was lifted up into the buttocks of Josh Belts. I would think he'll have a nice bruise there tomorrow. You can see the contests are physical at the moment. Both teams not prepared to give an inch. Played wide. Pat Baster collects. Harvey now being closed down. Jack Pearce didn't manage to get it. Cutting infield now is Zach Boglio. Boglio accelerates over the 23 metres, cuts inside, creates some space for himself, tried to play the pass, but found the foot of Jorgensen just outside the circle. Another free hit to Wolves. Good work by Boglio. And wins another free hit just outside the circle. A boy from Christian Brothers College in Fremantle, Zach Boglio. Pat Baster now. Good defence from Wallace, but it just caught his foot. Now it's Charlesworth, takes it the 5 metres, fires it into the circle. Good defence from King, but he ran out of space. Long corner conceded by Hale. Just under 4 minutes now remaining in the third quarter. 3 apiece. Bias goes to Tom Harvey. Comes square to Jake Harvey. Harvey looking at what's available, goes for the angled ball to the near post. Josh Belts read it well. Will Bias directing traffic before he takes the free hit. Self passes in the end, tries to go near post again, and Wallace, well, he was brave letting that one run, especially because lurking behind him was Pat Baster, ready to just get a touch and put it past Higgins. Brought down well this time by Hayden Belts. Feeds it to Sam Ashton. Ashton back to Belts. Belts gets it in, and Hale have the lead again. Well, it looked as if he got a slight push in the back, but Hayden Belts makes it 4-3 now to Hale. And once again, they take the lead. With just 3 minutes left in this quarter. According to the form book, Wolves will score in the next couple of minutes as Beale immediately goes on the counter-attack. Beale creates some space for himself. Goes square to Will Bias. Bias being chased all the way. Into the circle it goes. Trying to turn and get it towards goal. Really good concerted effort across the face of goal. And Hale just throw it long. McGeoch will let that one run. The umpires are going to confer. Wolves felt that there was a penalty corner. Well, we will just have to wait and hear the outcome of this. Maybe it's a good time to acknowledge the performance of Jack Faulkner, Ian Hrobolar, Pat Andrew, Tom Keating, and Maverick Cake not playing today for Hale, who were all part of the West Australian under-18s team that won the first gold since 2016 at the National Championships, the only team to beat New South Wales. So congratulations to all those players on putting their names in the history books. Well, Hale are going to complain, I think, if play's gone on so much after the alleged offence. And a stroke has now been given. And it seems to me way too long after the offence occurred to be awarding a penalty stroke. And I think that's what you'll find. Josh Belts is now having a discussion with the umpires. Simon Bonetti there as well, both captains being spoken to, but it just seems strange to let play run that long and then come back. And if the umpire didn't see it initially, he didn't get a call from his other official, then surely we have to let it go.
Come on up, made the decision, there we go. Already had a 20-minute chat, there we go.
Now Tom Harvey already has the ball on the spot. Ollie Higgins has taken his helmet off. Well, I did joke that Wolves had a chance in 2 minutes to get the equaliser again, and they have been handed that with this penalty stroke. Delayed before the decision was made, but they now have the opportunity. Can Higgins save from Harvey? No, sends him the wrong way. Tom Harvey ties us up at 4 apiece. And there is still just under 2 minutes left in this quarter, and we still have another 15 minutes to go after this. It was 4-4 last week for Hale. It's 4-4 now, and there's still time to play. And I'm sure they're going to be doing a lot of work on defensive play in the coming week. One by Hayden Belts, who's fired up, and Byers came straight through, fouled. Braden King plays it out wide. A lovely little shimmy from Bowen this time. Gets to the baseline, looking for a foot. Didn't manage to find one. The ball comes out of Wallace. Wallace goes square. Gray. Oh, and that was clearly a foul, top of the circle from Jake Harvey. Fred Gray. Running out of space there. 3 defenders desperately trying to close him down. Bowen tries to get it in. Thought he'd got a free hit. No whistle from either umpire. And now Wolves are storming forward with numbers. And that was broken up by Braden King. And it needed to be. Comes wide now to Daniel Beale. Beale plays it to the baseline. And Belts again with a really important tackle. Good work as well being done by Krobela. And given away, Beale releases Bonetti, top of the circle. Bonetti squeezes the shot. It's a good save from Higgins. Bonetti just playing that into the turf to get a bit of height. Higgins, though, got his leg up well. Tom Harvey goes past one, into the circle it goes, and deflected out of play by Hayden Belts. Long corner given, but there won't be any time to take it. So as we go into the final break, 15 minutes to go, it is 4-4 in this match between Hale and Wolves, and we're in for a real cliffhanger of a final 15 minutes. The players getting ready to come out for the final quarter, but as you can imagine, the officials are the ones under the spotlight at the moment for that penalty stroke that was awarded a long time after an advantage was played. Hale are going to have to lift themselves from the disappointment of once again taking the lead for the 4th time in the match to only concede an equaliser within a couple of minutes. Final quarter about to get underway. Wolves yet to take the lead in this match. Hale looking to take it again. This time Belts does throw it high and long. It's missed in the defensive third, and Flynn thought he'd got it, but Tom Harvey eventually was the man who came up with the ball. Bowen plays it out wide. Faulkner. We mentioned the Bunting Group open to doing residential and commercial building for you, and certainly Wolves have had to rebuild after every goal, and they've been outstanding so far in this match. Great spirit shown. Hale, though, trying to come back again and take the lead once more. Lovely skills to get inside the circle, but just ran out of space there, although it's been given as a long corner. Lively work again from Faulkner. Comes wide now to Wallace. Simon Benetti looks to close down. Missed trap that time from Josh Bowen, and it's a counter-attack being sparked by Will Bias. And he's just played that way too far ahead of Daniel Beale. I think he got caught in two minds. He had Benetti coming up on the outside, Beale running through the middle and put the ball right in between two of them. Braden King with a wonderful pass to Lewis. Lewis, can he keep it in play? Well, he tried desperately to as he ran off almost into the grounds with Sheds. Keating now goes square to Murray, who absolutely belted his goal tonight. I thought he'd caught Higgins in the box at one moment because it ricocheted out so fast. So suddenly, after being fairly aggressive, just being a little bit more cautious in attack. Beale again. Beale still keeping the ball on the end of his stick, plays it in. Benetti got a touch. Appeals for a penalty corner. And nothing blown again by the umpires. Flynn, and a chance to break forward now. Good work. Sam Ashton goes square. That was good play by him, just holding it up, waiting until the support came from Fred Gray. Harvey thought he'd stolen it. Gray gets it back. Harvey again sniping away, gets it back for Wolves. Beale has run forward. Looking to feed that one through was Pat Andrew. Wolves are certainly committing themselves to the cause. When they get the chance to go forward, they are really attacking with purpose. Wallace cut out by Tom Harvey. To his brother Jake. Kept in play well by Hayden Belts. Murray. As they used to say in England, never hurry a Murray, they're too good to hurry. Free hit to Alistair Murray again. Once again, we see that aerial passes. Well, I am flabbergasted by that decision, I have to say. but it has gone against the defender, whereas the rule nowadays is slightly different. But it is a penalty corner to Wolves nonetheless. Both players were running into the space. And I personally would like to see the overhead throwing into the penalty corner area not allowed. So Daniel Beale makes his way to the baseline. Tom Harvey waits at the first battery. Simon Bonetti at the second. A chance for Wolves to take the lead for the first time in this match. It goes to Harvey, saved by Higgins again at his near post. And he gets some applause from the faithful Hale fans. Murray again plays on with things quickly. Good defence inside the circle from Sam Ashton. Ashton's done really well, carrying it to the 23. Not a lot of support from him. And Harvey, Jake Harvey that is, snapping at his heels like an annoying little dog. Coming down to the final 10 minutes now of this match. Brian brought that down superbly. Short pass from him finds Charlesworth. Wallace, though, has got the free hit, wants to play on with it quickly. Here comes Beale to close down Jorgensen. Jorgensen gives a tricky pass to Braden King, but King showed great composure. Now Ashton with Harvey ahead of him again. Jorgensen. And the free hit goes Hale's way. Every second now is going to count. Josh Belts. Belts again. I have a feeling Belts will prefer not to go to the air, keep the ball on the turf. There's good movement up front, but to be fair, Wolves' defence shadowing their players really well. Wallace creates a little bit of space down the left-hand side. Belts thinks about going himself. He does now, over halfway, feeds it wide this time. Hayden Belts it was, played that one forward. It's another free hit to Hale. Wallace over the ball. Just under 8.5 minutes remaining now in this match. Comes back to Josh Belts. Square to Braden King. Into the circle it goes. It's going to break. Lovely turn. Just past the post. Well, that was unfortunate from Flynn. It was great awareness. He took the challenge and has hurt his back. He had a few back issues last year. But that was so close. Would have been Flynn's hat-trick as well. Could well have been the match winner. But at the moment, we are still all square. Brought down that time by Krobelaar. No whistle. Even though the attacker was running in the same space. Those are the consistencies that are frustrating with the overhead pass. Tom Keating. Oh, got his angles wrong there. Seven and a half minutes left, halfway through the final quarter. 4-4. Can either side find a winner? Jorgensen got away with a hand in the back on Charlesworth. Gets the return pass, closed down brilliantly by Keating. Keating comes up with the ball. Krobelaar comes back to try and force him backwards. Good skills from Tom Harvey. So Beale now from the side for Wolves. Jake Harvey driving in. What a tackle, Josh Belts. Well, that was exquisite. Now Liam Flynn. Flynn faced with Boglio. Flynn inching towards the circle, but it's Wolves who come up with the ball. One back again by Hale. Cross the field of play it goes, and it'll go harmlessly out of play and be a Wolves ball. As we click you over into the final 6 minutes of this match. And Liam Flynn has come off and he is wanting treatment. He was grimacing pretty badly as he came off there. And hopefully it's nothing serious, because Hale would want him on there. He is their most potent goal scorer. King gets it away from Daniel Beale. Josh Belts feeds it to brother Hayden. Ashton now. Hayden Belts coming back in support, gets the pass from Ashton. Hayden Belts into the circle, lifts it up along the baseline, and it was just missed that time by Jorgensen, trying to keep it alive for Hale. So Wolves now back in possession with Brian. And there are now just 5 minutes remaining in this match. Bias came through the gap between the two defenders, but fortunately for Hale, didn't get it under control. That's going to go out right by the corner flag, and it gives Hale the chance to press high up the field of play. It's just outside our shot, lifted to the air. Brian, and that time Brian was the player that stood his ground, so decision going his way as Bowen moved into that space. Beale takes on Wallace, two Queenslanders. Although saying that, Wallace was born in Tasmania. But I think he called Queensland home way before he moved to Western Australia. Blake Wallace played for Queensland under 21s. And Beale misses that, but Benetti's giving it a big old chase. King gets there first. Benetti makes it difficult for him to play it out, and it goes off Benetti's stick for a 16. 3.5 minutes remaining. Can either side find a winner? Only been one draw in the last 9 meetings between these two. Hale have won 5. Wolves have won 3 and 1 draw. King comes forward, plays it to Fred Gray. Gray's under pressure. Benetti's stolen it from Gray. Gray comes back and does magnificently. Wants the ball back as well. And again, it's Beale this time. He got really low and managed to deflect the ball onto Gray's foot. Bias, was the ball stopped then? Not sure it was, but play on is allowed. Keating driving into the circle, and he's gone over the baseline. We've now got 2 balls on the pitch, so more time will be taken up as Josh Belts gets rid of one. He looks at the scoreboard, sees that there are now only 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. It's a good ball forward again from Hale. They win a free hit. Played out wide, drilled in. Keating lets it run. Needed to be a little bit more direction, not just hit and hope into the circle. Belts again collects for Hale on halfway. Beats Harvey, gets the return pass from Gray. Gray now, a little bit of space, has Bias ahead of him, pushes it forward into the circle. Murray's there, the ball breaks forward. What a shot, what a save following up. Well, McGeoch, what a brilliant save right at the death. And it was a pretty impressive shot too from Matt Lewis. You feel now with a minute and a half remaining, it's maybe not going to be Hale's day after a brilliant save like that. Is it going to be Wolves as they come on the attack again? It's a chance to come forward through Boglio, lost out to Ashton. Gray now. It's 3-on-3 as Wolves get players coming back. Flynn is on. Flynn into the circle. Shoots. Flynn scores! Right at the... oh, they've called backstick. Well, this game has had everything. And a backstick goal disallowed. Lewis had the ball in the net as well earlier in the match. As we're into the final minute now, Hale thought they'd won it. Flynn thought he'd won it. Hayden Belts now, 3 Wolves players around him. They really are hunting in packs. Ashton manages to find Wallace. Wolves now having to get numbers back. Keating looking to close down Wallace. And it's going to go harmlessly out of play.
Let's go!
20 seconds remaining. To the air it goes. Beale brings it down. Belts ahead of him, but he plays it early. Simon Bonetti will keep that in play. Bonetti looks for a foot. Didn't find it. Over the sideline it goes. And that will be the end of the match. But what a thriller it's been. Both teams giving some sensational entertainment. Hale taking the lead 4 times and 4 times being pegged back. And there will be plenty of discussion points at the end of that game. Final score here, Hale 4, Westside Wolves 4.